TIFU, my blind date turned into a food fight spectacle. Hey Savage Horizons, I've been lurking for a while on YouTube and Reddit, but today I have a story that I just have to share. So, I got set up on a blind date by a friend.
They swore this guy was amazing and that we'd hit it off instantly.
I figured, why not?
My dating life has been as dry as the Sahara Desert lately, so I gave it a shot.
We decided to meet at this cute little bistro downtown. You know, the kind with dim lighting and those tiny tables that make you feel fancy just by sitting at them.
I arrived a bit early because my nerves were all over the place.
He walked in right on time, looking every bit as nice as my friend described. Let's call him Alex. Things started off awkwardly, as most blind dates do. We made small talk about our jobs. He's a graphic designer, I'm a teacher, and hobbies. We both love hiking and horror movies. Just as things started to get a bit more comfortable, the waiter brought over our appetizers. And that's when things took a turn.
As the waiter leaned over to place the bruschetta on our table, he accidentally knocked over a glass of water. The water cascaded across the table, and in a split second, it was as if we were trapped in a slow-motion scene from a movie.
Alex tried to save his phone from the incoming flood, but in the process, his elbow hit the edge of his plate, sending his salad flying.
Now, imagine this: salad leaves and croutons raining down on us, with a particularly ambitious cherry tomato landing smack dab in the middle of my forehead.
At that exact moment, another table nearby erupted into a heated argument. Two patrons were shouting at each other over what sounded like a ridiculous debate about whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Here we are, drenched and covered in salad, while the restaurant turns into a mini war zone. I could see the humor in the situation, but I wasn't sure if Alex did. He looked horrified.
In a desperate attempt to salvage the date, I blurted out, "Well, at least now we know we both look good in salad dressing." Alex blinked, then laughed, a genuine, hearty laugh that made me feel a bit better about the whole mess.
We spent the next few minutes using napkins to clean up and calm down. Just when I thought we could move past the chaos, our main courses arrived. I was trying to cut my steak, which apparently was cooked to the consistency of a car tire. I applied a little too much force, and the steak slipped off my plate, flying across the table and landing squarely in Alex's lap. The look on his face was priceless, somewhere between shock and trying not to burst out laughing. In the midst of this, I couldn't help but wonder, did I do the right thing agreeing to this blind date? But then Alex looked at me, still smiling, and said, "Well, if nothing else, this is definitely a unique first date."
We managed to eat what was left of our meals and spent the rest of the evening sharing our most embarrassing stories, both of us trying to outdo the other. The arguing patrons eventually left, leaving the restaurant in relative peace, but not before one of them loudly declared that they were never eating here again.
By the end of the night, despite the disasters, we were both in stitches, laughing at the absurdity of it all. When we finally parted ways, Alex hugged me and said, "This was probably the worst first date ever, but also the most memorable one.
Let's do it again sometime, minus the food fight." I left the bistro with a smile on my face and a new perspective on blind dates. Sometimes, even the most horrible dates with a good person can turn into something uniquely funny and memorable. Thanks for reading, Reddit.
What do you think? Did I do the right thing by sticking it out?